It's time for round 2 of demos on Deckfest, my ongoing video series for Steam Next Fest, where I'm playing demos on the Steam Deck and talking about demos on the Steam Deck. Check out the latest list of games, and as always, like and subscribe for more videos. I spent way more time in Goblin Cleanup than I expected, and only managed to beat the first dungeon. If you know Viscera Cleanup detail, Goblin Cleanup should be pretty familiar. You play as a cute goblin maid whose job is to go into dungeons and clean up blood, body parts, and restore all the traps for your next guests, like a good host, and occasionally be eaten by your own mimic. There's a progression system, an unlock system, and I am definitely going to go back to this demo once Next Fest is over, and I'm not trying to spend less than an hour per demo to put out a bunch of these videos. It's a very charming game, from the mimic trash can to the slime mops you feed to the mimic once you're done with them. On the Steam Deck, I had to bump the graphics down to medium to get the game running at a decent frame rate, and I'm also not happy with the maximum FOV at 70. Little bit nausea-inducing. I know what you're thinking when you hear Metal Slug Tactics. Someone out there is a genius. The title should tell you everything you need to know about this game, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you more. Metal Slug Tactics is absolutely gorgeous pixel art strategy. You move your characters around on the field, strategically positioning them to gain points, take cover, and find the best spot to kill the bad guys. The game rewards you for moving your characters around, staying mobile, and taking in the battlefield. You also have a sync ability that boosts damage and otherwise just looks really damn cool. And did I mention that all of this is in Metal Slug's beautiful art style? I've only played a handful of levels of this, and I'm already ready for the full game to come out. It's probably not surprising that this game runs fine on the Steam Deck, but in case you were wondering, it does. Victory! Dungeon Clawler is a roguelike, which translates to I was having some fun and doing pretty well right up until a single boss shoved its arm 3 feet up my colon and killed me without much trouble. Dungeon Clawler is a dungeon crawling game where the goal is to build up a set of gear that gets thrown into a claw machine. You build up a better deck of stuff that gives you offense and defense, healing, and manipulates your claw's pool of stuff. On the other hand, so does the enemy. It's one of those games that you can really sink your teeth into the strategy and meta, or you can be like me and do what I do with the real claw machine and whiff it hard. You can also choose from a cast of characters. There's no controller support at the moment, but that's apparently coming at some point in the future. And it ran perfectly fine on the Steam Deck. Amanda the Adventurer 2 is the sequel to Amanda the Adventurer 1, that spoopy game played exclusively by YouTubers and enjoyed primarily by the audience for scary game YouTubers, toddlers. There isn't much to talk about the gameplay in this demo because there really isn't any gameplay. You solve a puzzle, watch a video, Spoopy Hand comes down, hands you a trailer for the game. Maybe you just have to be more invested in the original for this to get you excited for the sequel. I'll let Super Horror Bro Mike handle the lore videos for this one.
Hi, I'm Amanda. Hi, I'm Amanda. Hi, friends. You didn't help me at all, so you'd better find something different.
It's a game about a garden. In Grunn, you play as a gardener hired to tidy up a garden while the owner is away over the weekend, probably buying more creepy garden supplies. The more you trim grass and the hedges and go around the building, the more you realize something spooky sure is up at this house. You can't help but feel like you're being watched. It's one of those games that you can play the whole thing through and hit about 20% of the actual content before checking out YouTubers who manage to figure out every single secret within about 2 days. It's a cozy game at heart, with some creepy elements throughout. This is another one of those games I'll be checking out when the full game goes live. EvilvEvil feels like a game they dug up from 14 years ago that Nexon would have developed and published. I'm having some fun in the game, but it's hard to deny that this feels old and jank, and did I mention old? It feels old. EvilvEvil is a cooperative looter-ish shooter with not a lot of looting, but a lot of shooting. You play as a group of vampires going through waves of the same enemies and eventually completing missions. You level up your gear, gain new abilities, and find new guns and level up those guns and their modifications. I guess we can wait for the full game to launch, where I can't imagine it making a big splash. Maybe if EvilvEvil came out 10 years ago, it'd be more impressive, but right now it's a game with dated visuals, dated controls, and dated systems. I can't imagine anyone shelling out for cosmetics in a game like this. Well, that's all I have for today. Check out the channel, like and subscribe for more of these videos, and I have no clue how many of these I'm going to get out, but it's not going to put much of a dent in the 60,000 new demos that are only going to be up during Steam Next Fest.